Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be unboxing my June base box BOXYCHARM that I got actually almost 2 weeks ago. I actually got this while I was on vacation, my honeymoon to be exact, and I'm finally getting a chance to sit down and unbox it with you guys. We are going to be doing a bit of a demo in today's video, and as you can see I do have some of my base makeup on, so you can probably guess what types of products we're going to be getting in the box. I did open it and peek through it. If you're not familiar with BOXYCHARM, or this is your first time tuning into one of these videos, BOXYCHARM is a monthly subscription beauty box that costs about $25 a month, and they have other tiers. The Boxy Premium box goes for $35 a month, and then they have the Boxy Luxe box, which is a quarterly box that you would get every quarter, and it's an additional $24.99 or $25 on top of the $25 that you would pay monthly for your base box. So for the month of June, it is a Boxy Luxe box, but since I don't have that subscription anymore, we are just sticking to the base box. If you're interested in signing up for BOXYCHARM, I do have a referral link. I'm gonna leave that in the description bar below. Anybody who has a BOXYCHARM account has that referral link, so it's not affiliated or anything like that. So I'll leave it there if you wanted to use it. So let's dive into this box so you can see kind of a glimpse of what we have. I did get a card this time, so that's great, and I got variation number C2106035BA. Again, the BA stands for base box, and I believe this means I got variation 35. Yes, because the 21 represents year 21, and 06 is June, and then 35 is the variation number, if I'm not mistaken. So it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 products based off of what we have in the card, and the theme this month is Dare to Dazzle. So this is the card right there, and let's dive right in. So the first item I'm gonna pull out is actually an item that we won't be using in today because it is skincare. So the first item in the box is this GlamGlow Super Cleanser, and it says here, it says clearing cream to foam cleanser, pore refining, oil fighting, mattifying, and clarifying. And looks like it has a triple charcoal complex in there. I want to say I've used GlamGlow before. I don't think I've used a cleanser. I know we got a cleanser over a year ago. I think we got like the bubble cleanser that I never used. I think I gave it away. I'm very much a creature of habit with my cleansers. Once I find one that I like, I stick to it. So this is what the packaging looks like on the inside. I'm assuming it's sealed. Yeah, it's sealed, and so I'm not gonna unseal it just because I wanna work through the cleanser that I have right now first before diving into this one. The funny thing is, while I was on vacation, it was also time for choice for our July box, and based off of the options for choice in July, I also picked a cleanser. So now I've got two. Had I been able to open my June box, or had not been on vacation, then I probably wouldn't have chosen the cleanser for July box, but I mean, it is what it is. So let's take a look at what the card says on this item. So the GlamGlow Super Cleanse Clearing Cream to Foam Cleanser retails for $32. So we already have made up the price of the box with just this one item. It's an advanced cleanser with a powerful blend of 3 charcoals to detoxify skin by removing pore clogging debris, excess oil, and face makeup. So sounds promising. The next item out of the box is this Jecca Blac Hydrating Primer, this guy right here, and this retails for $20, and the card says, finally, a moisturizer that'll help your makeup last longer. The Hydrate Primer will make your skin feel soft, hydrated, and ready for your base. And we have received Jecca Blac before. I want to say in the March box, maybe the February box, we got a color corrector from them that I did enjoy. I don't use color correctors very often, but I do remember liking that one. And this brand, or this primer here, says vegan friendly and cruelty free. As you can see, I do have my base on already, so I did already go ahead and use this. I will say it does feel to be a more thicker type of primer, so I'm going to squeeze some out so you guys can kind of see the consistency here. So it's kind of a thicker primer and does take a bit more to absorb into the skin than some of the other primers that I'm used to. It doesn't really have much of a scent. It just kind of feels smells like a face cream, nothing that's jumping out at me per se. And in terms of the way that my base blended over it, I went ahead and used just my typical face tools. I used a brush to apply my foundation, and it seemed to blend well. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. I also didn't see anything really like knocking my socks off in terms of like compared to the primers that I typically use. So I would say I've had this on for 5-10 minutes already, and so far so good. Moving along, the next item in the box we have here is from Touch in Soul, and this is the Pretty Filter Glowdient Makeup Palette, and this retails for $34. Let's go ahead and get this open here. Okay, so this is the packaging on the inside. Really pretty. You have this kind of compact, and this is what it looks like on the inside. We got that gradient going from a light to dark with this gradient. I do have a highlight similar to this from LC Cosmetics, not quite as big. So this looks promising. Let's see what it says here. It says a multi-face palette with gorgeous gradient shades that uses your own natural beauty to glisten, bronze, and add the perfect flirty flush. Okay, so let's go ahead and swatch a couple of these shades. Just gonna, whoa. Okay, so that's one of them. I just did the second one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch a couple of these. I swatched the second one here on my finger so you can see it there. Let's go ahead and swatch the third one and the fourth one, just kind of get an idea. So you can see that gradient on my fingers. And let's go ahead and swatch that on my hand. Wow, those are really pigmented. This red fiery bronzer, I'm assuming shade, would look so pretty as an eyeshadow. Okay, so as you can see, I don't have any highlight on right now. So I'm gonna dab into this kind of first, second, maybe third, and apply that and see how it goes. And this compact does come with a mirror. Ooh, whoa, that's intense. Might have went a little too hard in the pan. I don't feel like I did, but wow, that picked up a lot. I don't know if it's coming off on camera, but here in this mirror it definitely is. So I really just kind of dabbed in those two, and I did dust my brush off a little bit. So let's go ahead and do the other side. Okay, I am really impressed with that. If you like a blinding highlight, this is the palette for you. If you're looking for more of a subtle glow from within, this might be a little too much for you, but for me, I'm really liking the way this is coming off. I don't know if they have different shades or if it only came in one palette. Well, sounds like the Glowdient makeup palette is a win. I'm really liking the way that came off. Next item in the box, we have NARS. This is exciting. So we have the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencils, and these are kind of OG great products. I have like 4 of these that I've had for several years, and I used to use them very often. I haven't used the ones that I have in a while, but this is exciting to see that we have these in the box. So the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencils retails for $27 each, and mine is in the shade Good Times. So this is what it looks like on the inside, and we're gonna go ahead and do a swatch right above where I swatched the highlighter shade. So you can see that kind of mauve-y nude tone. Definitely a shade that I would wear, and I'm super excited to get this in the box. I'm pretty sure this was my choice item. I'm trying to remember which of these items was my choice item. I'm pretty sure it was this one. And the card here says, this cult favorite lip pencil instantly delivers the impact of a matte lipstick with the spontaneity of a pencil. The long-lasting, non-drying formula is enriched with vitamin E and emollients for a creamy texture that ensures seamless matte colors for hours. I would agree with that for the most part. I don't know about it lasting for hours. I guess that depends if you're eating or drinking and what you're eating or drinking, but it's definitely comfortable on the lips. We are gonna apply this just, but I do wanna go over the next product first, and then we'll apply this. Last but not least, we have an eyeshadow palette, and this is the Give Them LALA Beauty, the Grown Woman palette. This is a brand that I've actually never heard of before, so this will be interesting. be exciting to try out as well. So we've got the interior packaging there with their hashtag, and then the shades on the inside look like really warm, fiery shades. It does come with a mirror, and these are the shades on the inside. The names are also really cute. You've got Boss Lady, the Wife, Princess of Bel-Air. So they look really cute. We've got a mixture of mattes and shimmers, or mattes and metallics. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 mattes in this 9-pan eyeshadow palette. Let's see what the card says. So retail value $42. Oh wow, that's pretty expensive. It says here, say hello to a gorgeous eye palette full of earthy sunset colors, mattes, and foiled shadows. Includes 9 highly pigmented shadows that feel buttery soft and silky to the touch. These perfectly blendable shades effortlessly glide across the eyelid for long-lasting, jaw-dropping looks every time. Okay, well, let's figure out if they are vegan first off, because we all know the drill with that. And if you are new here, I have a carmine allergy, meaning for the most part, I can only use eyeshadows that are vegan, or just making sure they don't contain carmine in it. So let's take a look. Okay, so it doesn't say here on the packaging that they're vegan per se. It does say cruelty free, but looking at the ingredient list, I don't see carmine. So we're gonna give it a go, cross our fingers and hope for the best, and hope that my eyes don't hate me afterwards. So let me do a quick look with this, and I will come back and give you guys my thoughts. Okay, so we're back, and I think overall, looking at the way it turned out, it looks nice. I don't usually wear these kind of red colors just because most of the time these shades, as you guys know, have carmine in it, so I can't use it, but this actually turned out nice. However, for $42, what they're selling this palette for, I would not pay $42. So let's start off with which shades I used. So I used all 3 matte shades in the first row. I did use an eyeshadow primer. Before I started, I used the Alamar Cosmetics Pero Primero primer, and then topped off my entire lid with this flesh tone shade in Stepmom, and I think that might have been a mistake. I probably should have left the eyeshadow primer tacky. That way the pigment of the other shades could have something to grip to versus just putting that powder on top of it. Because I didn't feel like the rest of the shades were as pigmented as the card advertised it to be. The highly pigmented and buttery soft, silky to the touch. They blend well, they're just not as pigmented as I expected them to be. So I went ahead and did Stepmom all over the lid wherever I put the primer, and then I went in with the second shade as kind of a transition shade, and that barely showed up. And then I went in with this shade right here, which I believe is called Boss Lady, and used that as a transition. And that's most of this kind of orangey shade that you can see here on my eyes. In the pan, it looks like more of a brick red shade. However, on the eyes, it came off as just an orange. So let me do a kind of swatch. And I'm like really digging in there. So that's it on my finger. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it right above the NARS lipstick. So you can see not that pigmented and not as a brick orange color as it looks in the pan. So after that, I went into this shade down here, Bridal Party, and used that to give me some dimension in the crease and darken up the outer corner. You can't really see it, I would say, but it is there. And they did blend into each other almost too good, to a point that they blended into each other that you couldn't see it. After that, I went ahead with this shade here, Say Yes, all over the lid, or for most of the lid. I went in with my finger on that one. I'm going to show you guys just kind of a swatch on my finger. So it does look pretty opaque. And then I'm going to do a swatch here on my hand. So that's a swatch here on my hand. And it applied fine. I do feel like it's a more of a dry formula compared to other formulas that I am used to, or other formulas that I like. So I went in with my finger dry on both eyes, and then I went back in and tried it with a brush with a bit of setting spray, and that definitely made the difference. It's what's giving a pop that you see is definitely using the setting spray along with that shade. And last but not least, I use this like bronzy shade. I think it's called the Ring. I use that in the inner corner and then went back in with Bridal Party right here on the lower lash line. Did some tight lining with the eyeliner, added mascara, and this is what we came up with. So overall, I'm happy with the look. Would I pay $42 for it? No, I don't think so. I don't think these shades are, I just feel like the palette is dry. Especially with those metallic shades. I should try the mattes again with just the primer and not topping it off with powder and see if that makes a difference. But yeah, so that's the palette. And then last but not least, for this try on portion of the video, we have the NARS lip pencil. So I'm just gonna go straight into this. I did have some lip balm on, but it's pretty much absorbed at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and try it out. And this is a formula that is not new to me. Like I said, I do have several of these. I think I have like 4 of them. I've accumulated over the years and I do really like them. So I'm just gonna go straight in, not even gonna use a lip liner because with this pencil, you can use it to line as well. The only thing with this I would say is you do need to make sure that you have the pencil sharpener that accommodates the bigger chubby pencils versus just your standard. Just tell me what to... Oh, this color's really pretty. Okay, so there we have it. We have the shade Good Times. It's this really nice nude shade. It's actually not as mauve, mauvey nude as I had thought when I did the swatch on my arm, but I think this is actually a really nice, just kind of neutral nude for me. And my lips tend to have some natural tint to it, so doing a nude a lot of times doesn't really work. It feels moisturizing, doesn't feel dry. It is not going to be transferred proof. I can just tell right off the bat from the formula. So definitely a win with this guy right here. Okay, so we've gone through all the products in the box. Just going back to that eyeshadow palette, one of the things that I did forget to mention is there really isn't any fallout from what I'm seeing. At all, so that is a plus. Again, not worth the $42. The primer seems to be holding up well. I did go back in and add some blush after I finished up the eyes, so I don't see anything funky happening. I think but at this point I've had it on for at least half an hour, if not more. What else? The highlighter palette, I am really loving. I would have to say out of this month's box, the 2 products that are the standouts to me are definitely going to be the highlighting palette and the NARS lip pencil. Just with these 2 products alone, it's more than double what you're paying for the box. The Touch and Glow palette is retailing for $34, and then the NARS lip pencil is $27. And overall with these boxes, they are again $25 a month, but they do guarantee at least $100 value or more in the base box. And my box, totaling up all the products, came out to $155 in total value, and I only paid $25. So major win, I think, for this box overall. We'll still have to test out the cleanser and see how I feel about that. So yeah, so that is it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below what products you got in your BOXYCHARM box, and if you thought it was a good box for you. And if you got the BOXYCHARM Luxe, let me know what products you guys got in that one as well, because I don't think I've seen any videos of the Boxy Luxe thus far. I just haven't had the chance. If you are new here, thank you for checking out my video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, and also leave me a comment below. We'd love to have you be a part of our family, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.